What is up, guys? I am Get Flanked, and I make a lot of videos on this channel about game improvement, how to get better at this game, tips and stuff like that. But if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, the biggest thing that you guys can do to get better at this game is map knowledge. And there's really not a lot I can do to help you with map knowledge. You guys just have to get in the game and play and learn these maps. But with that said, I've had a ton of requests from you guys asking me to make some type of video about how to learn the maps. And I've been trying to do this for a while, but it's actually a pretty difficult video to make because for me, learning the maps is learning the new maps as they come. I've been playing the game long enough to where I know the maps in the game for the most part. I'm always learning more about them, sure, but I know the maps for the most part, so I just need to learn the new maps as they come. And I do have habits that I've gained to help me learn those new maps faster, and I'm going to share those with you so that some of you guys who know the maps and are in the same position as me can pick up on those, and maybe they'll help you learn the new maps faster. But for that new player out there, they are learning all the maps right now. And I thought the best way that I could help them is to talk about a key concept of every single map in this game and what I think you need to focus on learning first. And I think that's how I'm going to help you in this video learn the maps the best. Now, first of all, for the more experienced players who may be wondering what the routine I have for learning the new maps in the game as they come are, I first of all go to my matchmaking settings and I turn off every other map in the game other than that new map, and I leave that one on. And what that does is that makes it to where whenever I play Terrorist Hunt, I only play on that map. I play a lot of Terrorist Hunt. I play it every time before I start playing, at least a couple games of Terrorist Hunt to warm up. So just doing that alone is going to allow me to learn that map a lot faster. The other thing I'll do is I go into a custom game on that map, I pick IQ, and I learn where the static camera locations are. IQ allows you to ping those cameras, so you learn where those camera locations are much faster if you use her, and that's one thing I like to know. I want to know where those cameras are. The third thing that I do is I go into a custom game and I learn where the staircases are, and this is where we're going to get back into helping the new players. The staircases are the most important aspect of every map in this game, other than maybe Tower. Tower might be an actual exception to this rule because of the design of that map, but for every other map in this game, the staircases are the most important design aspect to them, in my opinion. And even if you don't know the entire map, if you know the staircases, you know where they go, you know how to get to them from anywhere on the map and rotate, you are going to be able to handle yourself okay on that map. It's also going to give you the confidence to get out of the objective and roam a little bit. If you're trying to roam without having knowledge of where the staircases are, where they go, and how you can rotate using them, you're going to have a really hard time. So staircases are the most important aspect to every map. So for you new players out there, that's the tip for learning all the maps in this game. Learn the staircases. The reason that I say that these staircases are so important in this game is because on both attacking and on defense, the staircases are going to be the key to rotating or flanking. And this clip that you're watching right now is a good example of this. So the attackers are getting kind of bottled up on that front staircase. They're putting a lot of pressure on us on that front staircase. So here later in the round, you're going to see that I use this rear staircase here to rotate or flank them on that front staircase. And it's important on both aspects. First of all, as a defender, it's important that I know this staircase is here, that I know where it goes, and I know how I can use it to flank them. And as an attacker, they should have expected me coming this way. They should have known that there's a staircase back here, known that it leads through the meeting hall, and watched for me making a flank by heading this way. So again, on both sides, attacking and defense, the rotations, the flanks are going to be the keys to winning a lot of rounds, and the staircases are going to be the keys to those flanks or rotations in a lot of those circumstances. So how do you go about learning the stairs? What do I suggest you do? Well, the first thing you have to understand is that in most situations, and I say most, not all, but most situations in this game, you're going to have two staircases available to you. Now, the enemy might be pushing from one side and cutting one staircase off. Well, you need to have the knowledge of where that other staircase is. That other staircase is going to be the key to you either getting out of trouble or maybe rotating and flanking them. And a lot of times on these maps, those staircases are going to be on opposite sides of the map. So when you're in custom games and you're studying the staircases, pay attention to your compass and start identifying the staircases via the north staircase and the south staircase, or the east staircase and the west staircase. Some of the maps, if you think about like Cafe, has that kind of middle staircase that connects the bottom 2 floors. So there are some, anomalies there when you start looking at the maps, but for the most part, there's 2 sets of stairs that connect all the floors, and they're going to be on opposite sides of the map. Now, as you're playing Terrorist Hunt on these maps that you're trying to learn, make sure that you're quizzing yourself and asking, where's the nearest staircase to where I'm at right now? Make sure you're using the staircases as kind of the anchor points on the maps and basing the rest of the map off of where those staircases are. And I think if you do that, you'll start to see that the maps begin to make sense. I know in the beginning these maps can seem like mazes and like a jumbled mess, but if you start to learn those staircases on the opposite side of the map and base everything else off of those staircases, the maps begin to make a lot more sense. Okay guys, that's about it for the video. For you experienced players, that's the routine that I go through to learn the new maps. Hopefully there's something there that helps you. For your new players, that's what I suggest you do to learn all the maps. I know it's a little bit too much to ask to say to learn all the maps all at once, but I think if you just focus on learning the staircases on every single map, that's something that's manageable, that's something you can do, and that's something that's going to really shorten that learning curve and get you up to speed with some of the more experienced players out there. Guys, if you enjoyed this, please make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll have more coming your way here soon.